Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise and give you the distilled essence of what you need to know. In today's incredibly dynamic digital world, it can feel like you're drowning in information, right? A sea of tools, a torrent of jargon.
It really can. Overwhelming.
So how do businesses, from these nimble startups all the way to sprawling global enterprises, actually manage their incredibly complex internal operations and their crucial customer relationships effectively? It's a fundamental challenge, I think. It can really make or break an organization.
It truly is. And that's exactly what we're going to unravel in this deep dive. Our focus today is on two, foundational pillars of modern business software that are key to overcoming that challenge: enterprise resource planning, or ERP, and customer relationship management, CRM.
CRM. Got it.
Now, while they might sound like just another set of technical acronyms, understanding them is actually kind of a shortcut to incredible insights into how successful digital operations truly work.
I couldn't agree more. Our mission today is clear. By the end of this deep dive, you'll not only understand what ERP and CRM are at their core, but also how they complement each other, where their paths diverge, and crucially, how their strategic integration can really revolutionize a business.
Yeah.
It's about transforming what might feel like chaos into genuine clarity and, efficiency.
And to kick things off with something tangible, something about that value, here's an intriguing fact right from our sources. Research suggests companies that effectively integrate ERP and CRM systems can see operational cost reductions of over 20%.
Wow, 20%.
And customer retention improvements upwards of 30%.
30% better retention, that's huge.
It's a massive impact right from the start. It just demonstrates how much potential these systems hold when used together.
Okay, let's unpack this then. 20% cost reduction, 30% better customer retention. That's not just a tweak, like you said, that's a transformation. So let's start with the basics. What are these two giants of business software, and what's their primary job? To help us visualize this, let's maybe think of your business as a piece of digital real estate. How does that sound?
That's a great analogy to ground us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you think of ERP, enterprise resource planning, picture it as the back office powerhouse of your organization.
The powerhouse, okay.
If your business were, say, a building, ERP would be the very heart of its operations. The foundational structure, the utility systems.
Like a plumbing and electrics.
Exactly. Everything that keeps the building running smoothly from the inside.
So, the heart, controlling everything internal. This means ERP is responsible for aligning all those vital internal operations across different departments. We're talking finance, right? Like managing budgets, payroll, invoicing, all your essential financial reporting.
Yep, all of that.
It also handles the intricate details of your supply chain, manages human resources, keeps track of inventory, basically streamlining everything from procurement to logistics.
That's it. Its entire focus is internal efficiency.
Right.
The core operational goal of an ERP system is fundamentally about controlling costs. It ensures that every internal process is optimized, eliminating waste and boosting efficiency wherever possible. It's all about making sure the building is well maintained and running lean.
Okay. And if ERP is the heart, then CRM, customer relationship management, that represents the handshake of your organization.
The handshake, indeed. Perfect way to put it.
So this is all about your front office operations, the welcoming facade of your digital real estate.
CRM focuses outward on how you engage with and nurture your customer relationships. Its responsibilities include managing your sales efforts, tracking leads, automating outreach, overseeing your entire sales pipeline.
All the sales cycle stuff.
Exactly. It also supports marketing campaigns and, critically, customer service. From monitoring support tickets to tracking satisfaction and retention outlets, it's all about connecting with the outside world.
And its core operational goal, unlike ERP, is fundamentally different. It's about driving revenue growth.
That's the key difference.
So one system is dedicated to tightening the ship, saving money internally, while the other is focused on expanding your reach and generating new income.
Precisely. Two sides of the same coin, really.
So, okay, if ERP is the heart controlling internal costs and CRM is the handshake driving external revenue, where do these two powerful systems meet? And where do they, go through their separate ways? It sounds like they have very distinct jobs, but I know there have to be some overlap for a business to function properly.
There absolutely is overlap, and it's a crucial one. Think about shared data.
Like what?
Like customer contact information, billing details, or maybe a customer's entire order history.
Right.
That data is relevant to both systems, right?
Makes sense. Sales needs order history. Finance needs billing info.
Exactly. But here's a deeper insight from the sources. What's truly crucial for efficiency between your back-end operations and that front-end customer experience is defining your data model.
A data model. Okay, you got to unpack that a bit for us. Because for someone who's not deep in the technical weeds, that sounds potentially like a black box.
Fair point. It can sound complex, but let's break it down. Think of your data model as the architectural blueprint for all your business information. It's how you decide exactly what pieces of data you collect, like a customer's address or their last purchase, where it lives, and how it's formatted, so that every part of your business, from finance to sales, speaks the same data language.
Ah, okay. So it's like a common language for data across the company.
Precisely. Without a clear data model, it's like trying to build a house where the plumbers and electricians are using different blueprints. It just leads to chaos and frustration.
Right, I can see that.
It defines how you input, output, organize, and store both structured data, names and numbers in a spreadsheet, and unstructured data, like customer emails or maybe social media comments. Both are vital.
That makes so much more sense. So it's not just about having data, but how it's consistently understood and how it flows between every part of your organization. But despite that shared data, you mentioned they still have distinct purposes.
They absolutely do. The divergence is really clear in their core operational goals. ERP's primary objective: control costs, optimize internal efficiency.
Got it. Efficiency and costs.
While CRM's is all about driving revenue growth and enhancing those customer relationships.
Growth of customers.
They're looking at different yet equally essential sides of the same coin of business success.
And this is exactly where integration really unlocks incredible efficiency, isn't it?
Yes.
Our sources talk about leveraging APIs, application programming interfaces, and native integrations. This foundational approach lets you truly define that data model you just made so clear. But for those of us who might be a bit fuzzy on what an API actually is, let's bring back our digital real estate analogy. How do APIs fit in?
Good idea. Okay, so if your favorite digital apps, your CRM, your ERP, are like different rooms in your digital office building,
Right.
then APIs are the fundamental infrastructure that allows them to function and connect. They're like the electrical and plumbing systems powering everything behind the scenes.
Ah, okay. So they let the different software systems talk to each other seamlessly and share that vital data.
Exactly. They're the invisible connectors making everything hum.
And the benefits of getting these systems to talk include things like unified dashboards, right?
Yeah.
A single view of all your critical business data.
That's a huge one.
And a massive reduction in what we call data silos, where information gets trapped in separate departments, creating blind spots and hindering collaboration.
Precisely. Silos are a killer for efficiency. Now, the source also mentions that sometimes organizations are ready to work directly in the data layer.
A data layer, what's that exactly?
Think of it as the level where the raw information itself resides. It's often managed by powerful cloud services like Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure. Working there allows for even deeper data analysis, manipulation, and integration than you might get with standard business software interfaces. It's more fundamental.
Okay, so that sounds like a more advanced step for companies really ready for deep data integration. But what if you're not quite ready for that? Not ready to commit to, studying and integrating at that deep data layer? Are there more accessible options?
Absolutely. If you're not ready for that level of technical commitment, there are fantastic automation tools that can bridge the gap. Think make.com.
Formerly Integromat, right?
That's the one. And Zapier. These allow you to set up automated workflows between different applications without needing to write any code.
The no-code approach.
Yeah, it's about getting your systems to talk and perform specific actions automatically when certain triggers occur, like when a sale closes in CRM, automatically create invoice in ERP.
Right. That makes it much more approachable.
And what's truly fascinating here, and a key insight from our sources, is that it's not just about getting two systems to technically communicate. It's bigger than that. It's about strategically aligning your internal and external stream resources.
Stream. Okay, what does that stand for?
It stands for space, time, relationships, energy, attention, and money.
Stream. Space, time, relationships, energy, attention, money. Got it.
It's about aligning all those resources across the entire ecosystem of your enterprise. It's this holistic view of efficiency that integration really enables.
So when we talk about unified dashboards saving time and attention,
That's stream in action.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for anyone listening who's thinking about these systems for their own business or organization. You've convinced us these systems are vital, the integration makes sense, but how do you choose the right tools? The right stack, as they say, for your specific needs? Because it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all situation, right? I imagine a startup has very different needs than a massive corporation.
That's a great question, and you're spot on. It really highlights how custom the right stack needs to be. Company stage matters hugely. For startups, for example, all-in-one platforms like Odoo or Zoho are often the best fit.
Why is that?
Well, they're typically easier to set up, they're more budget-friendly, they centralize operations pretty quickly, and crucially, they reduce complexity for lean teams that maybe don't have a large IT department.
That makes perfect sense. Get up and running quickly, focus on the product or service, not complex IT projects.
Exactly. Then you have scale-ups. These are companies hitting that rapid growth phase.
Right, the ones taking off.
They've moved beyond the very basic needs. They typically require more customizable solutions that can integrate well with tools they might already be using. They need systems that support that accelerated expansion without creating bottlenecks.
So flexibility and integration become more important. They need systems that can grow with them.
Precisely.
So if that's what works for startups and scale-ups, what about the really massive organizations, the global enterprises? Their workflows are often incredibly complex, sometimes even involving those older legacy systems, the custom-built software they've relied on for years. Integrating those could be a challenge, right?
Oh, definitely. Legacy systems add another layer of complexity.
So are they looking for simple all-in-one solutions too, or is their strategy fundamentally different?
That's a crucial distinction. For enterprises, no, they're generally not looking for that simple all-in-one solution. Their needs are usually too specific, too intricate. They almost always require what's called a best-of-breed stack.
Best of breed, meaning?
Yeah. Meaning they pick the best possible tool for each specific job. So think maybe Salesforce for CRM combined with NetSuite or SAP for ERP.
So specialized tools for specialized tasks.
Exactly. These offer highly specialized capabilities and deep integrations, tailored to their very specific and often intricate needs across different global departments. It's a significant investment, but it's in top-tier solutions for each domain.
Okay, so whether you're a startup, scale-up, or enterprise, the key decision factor across all these stages seems to be balancing functionality, scalability, and ease of use.
That's a good summary.
You need to choose tools that not only fit your current stage, but also actively support your future vision. It's about looking ahead, anticipating that growth or complexity.
Absolutely. Thinking long-term is critical.
So what does this all mean for someone wanting to put this into practice? We've talked theory, benefits, choices. Luckily, the source material gives us a really clear checklist, doesn't it? It helps transform what might seem like a daunting task into a step-by-step process, really leading to that chaos into clarity we're striving for.
It does, and this raises an important question for you, the listener. If you were to embark on this integration journey, where would you even begin? It can feel overwhelming.
Yeah, where do you start?
So let's walk through the 9 essential steps the source provides for strategically integrating CRM into ERP. Think of it as your integration playbook.
Okay, 9 steps. Let's dive in. Step 1.
First, you define business goals. This means getting really clear on what core problems you're trying to solve. Is it improving visibility across departments, automating tedious tasks, getting more accurate sales forecasts?
So the why behind it all.
Exactly. And you also need to pinpoint which departments will use the systems, sales, finance, ops, and are you optimizing primarily for growth, efficiency, or maybe a blend of both?
Okay, that sets the foundation. What's next? Step 2. Step 2 is audit existing systems. You need to look at what you have now. Do you already use a CRM or ERP, maybe pieces of them? And where does your critical data live today? Is it scattered in spreadsheets, various cloud tools, or maybe those older legacy systems we mentioned?
Right. This step is crucial for identifying key gaps or those data silos. Like the classic example. Inventory data isn't visible to your sales team, so they end up promising products you don't actually have in stock.
Ouch. Yeah, that's a common problem. Okay, step 3.
Then you choose the right stack. This goes back to our earlier discussion. Decide between an all-in-one platform like Odoo or NetSuite perhaps, or that best-of-breed approach using tools like Salesforce plus QuickBooks, something similar. You'll need to prioritize features based on each department's specific needs. And critically, ensure the systems you choose actually support APIs or integration via those no-code tools like Make.com or Zapier.
So make sure they can actually talk to each other easily. This is like selecting the actual components for your digital real estate.
Exactly. Step 4 is plan the integration.
Planning it out. How does that work?
This involves mapping out the key data fields that absolutely need to communicate between the systems. Things like a customer's unique ID, their invoice status, their purchase history.
The really essential shared info.
Yeah. And you'll define workflow triggers. For example, a new deal marked closed won in the CRM automatically creates an invoice in your ERP system.
Okay, automating the handoffs.
Right. And very importantly, assign cross-functional ownership. You need IT, sales, and finance all working together on this, ensuring everyone's on the same page.
Collaboration is key. That definitely saves a lot of that stream time and energy.
It does. Fifth step is clean and migrate data. This is so vital, but often gets rushed or overlooked.
Data cleaning, the glamorous part.
Exactly. But you must deduplicate and standardize your records. Make sure names, emails, product texts use those unique product codes are consistent across the board. And always create a backup before you start migrating anything. Test with a small data set first before you commit to the full rollout.
Good advice. Test small first. This step dramatically improves the quality of your data relationships, right? Getting that right.
Absolutely. Clean data is trustworthy data.
Okay. Once that data is clean and ready, step 6.
Step 6 is train teams by function. Your people need to know how to use these integrated systems. Your sales team needs to know how to log deals properly, how to track their leads, and maybe how to view financial info relevant to their customers right there in the CRM.
So they don't have to jump between systems constantly.
Right. And finance and operations need to understand how to access relevant CRM data to forecast demand accurately and report effectively.
And customer service.
Your customer service team needs that unified view, seeing the full order history, plus all support interactions in one consolidated place. This ensures everyone's attention is focused correctly on the customer.
Makes total sense. Focus training. Step 7.
For step 7, you monitor and optimize. Integration isn't a one-and-done thing. You need to establish key performance indicators, KPIs, things like sales cycle time, inventory turnover rate, or customer lifetime value.
Metrics to track success.
Yes. Set up those unified dashboards we talked about for each department to track these metrics easily. And remember to review the integrations regularly, maybe quarterly. Check for any breaks or needed improvements.
So it's an ongoing process of refinement. And that directly impacts your money and time aspects of Stream.
Definitely. Continuous improvement.
Okay, almost there. Step 8. Eighth is ensure data security and governance. This is absolutely critical. It means setting up role-based access, defining precisely who can see what information within the integrated systems. Not everyone needs access to everything.
Crucial point. Least privilege access.
You also need audit logs, robust compliance settings, ensuring you meet relevant regulations like GDPR, CCPA, or maybe HIPAA, depending on your industry and where you operate.
This protects your customer relationships and minimizes significant business risk.
Absolutely vital. Okay, the final step, number 9.
And finally, the 9th step. Automate where possible. This is where the real magic often happens in terms of efficiency gains. Think about automatically creating invoices from those closed CRM deals.
We mentioned that one, yeah.
Or auto-assigning new leads to sales reps based on predefined rules, like territory or product interest. Or maybe triggering automated email sequences to customers after an ERP system confirms their order has shipped.
These automations save huge amounts of stream time and energy, don't they? They reduce human error, free up your team.
Free them up to focus on higher value tasks, absolutely. Less manual drudgery, more strategic work.
What an incredibly clear, actionable playbook. 9 steps. We've really provided, I think, a structured understanding of ERP and CRM here, showcasing them not just as individual tools, but as these powerful complementary forces that, when integrated using this playbook, can lead to those significant operational cost reductions and customer retention improvements we talked about right at the top.
Exactly. And understanding these systems isn't just about the software itself. It's really key to effectively managing all your internal and external stream resources.
Right.
Remember, your space, time, relationships, energy, attention, and money.
Right.
It's about optimizing everything, that whole ecosystem of your enterprise.
So, as you go about your day, here's maybe a provocative thought to mull over based on everything we've discussed. How might understanding this interplay, this connection between the heart of operations, the ERP, and the handshake with customers, the CRM, how might that change your perspective on how any organization truly functions from the inside out?
Mm-hmm. It's a fundamental dynamic.
Consider how this blend of meticulous cost control on one side and dynamic revenue growth on the other. How that isn't just an option, but it's pretty fundamental to the very definition of a successful, thriving enterprise today.
Well said. It really is at the core of modern business strategy.